look, the sun's coming out. That's really nice. Oh, it was dark there for a second. All right, chapter 15, The Sun's Crest. I like it. This is a really great light scene after all of the heaviness that we've been going through, where Dandio is teaching Rigel how to fight, and of course Rigel doesn't know anything. He's just a 12-year-old who's been taught to be a fisherman, you know. So it's just really sweet. He just lost control of his sword and it went flying. And Dandio pretended that, oh, you got me. This is the first chapter that is from somebody else's perspective besides Rigel. I don't know how I feel about that. 16 chapters in, you know, we've only got a little bit left of the book. I will say, at the very least, it's an odd choice, but I understand the desire to do so, because Rigel has a very limited point of view, so there is, like, the temptation, or even maybe it's a good story choice. We'll see when I finish the book if I agree with the author choosing to introduce a different perspective, just so that we can see what's happening in the larger scheme of things. Because I feel like she's been doing a really good job of filling us in of some of the like world things that are going on without having to go away from Rigel's perspective. A lot of like adults have been coming in and explaining different things, and they've been attacked, and let's see what I think. Alright. My initial, because it's only like a page, two and a half pages? Yeah, it's only 2.5 pages. So my initial thoughts are, I don't think we needed it. It was information that we were going to get anyways. And it didn't characterize that character any differently than I'd already assumed about them from like other characters talking about this person. A lot of times authors, it's not necessarily that the author didn't trust their reader, although sometimes that is the case. And every time I say, trust your readers. They're smarter than you think. And even if they don't get it the first time around, it's not necessarily gonna like ruin your book, right? Because if you're giving clues throughout other parts of the book, even if they don't get a specific thing when you would like them to, they're going to get it at some point. Yeah. I always love it when a good, I can't tell you what's happening, but it's a good part of the story. Yeah, good twist to the story of that's like slowly been building up and now it's paying off. Yes. Alright, a little cheesy. Ending's a little cheesy, but you know what? I love it. Ooh. I might decide to take this out later, but there's more death than I expected in this book for how innocently it started out. So I appreciate that. No pulling the punches. People die. Bad things happen. And the author doesn't shy away from them despite having, probably because of having children as the main characters. This happens in everyday real life. I like it. Good choices. Thanks. I'm coming in for the very end of the book. We're now in the denouement, where we're settling up all the things from this book and then hinting at what's going to come in the next book. Hi, beautiful. That's a good, oh, cool. Hey, they've got a pronunciation guide at the end. Alright, where's Jan? Oh, Jean. Alright, no, I got it wrong. It's Jean Key. Let's see. Is there anyone else that I was unsure about? I don't think so. Oh, there's a couple of the double L's, so that actually might be a thing. Like Leo, or I was pronouncing it Leo, L-L-I-O, but it's actually pronounced Lio. Ooh, and in English, oh, no, this would be, I was just reading the word incorrectly. One of the races, yeah, I think it's a race, is Notrokian, but it's with a CR, and I had seen it as, I wasn't seeing the R, and so I was pronouncing it Notroshian, but with a CR. That makes sense. Cool. I'm glad that the author provided a pronunciation guide. That's great. Oh, I love it. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. So that was The Guardians of Gayrile by Alice Bjornstedt. Again, I hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly. I apologize if I am messing it up. Sorry, this was a really quick read, just a few hours. But it looks like each book, which is very common in series, gets a little bit thicker, a little bit denser. I read the description for the 7th book, and whoa, does it get epic. So I'd say I was happy with this book as a standalone. I tend not to read whole series because I'm reading so many books and I don't really want to take too much time. But this was a lot of fun, so I might come back to the 2nd book, and if I really enjoyed it, then, you know, slowly work my way through all 7. But either way, yeah, highly recommend it. It was like a lot of fun. I'll do a full review of the book, but just like having, you know, just finished it, first impressions, man, it was just a breath of fresh air to not have so much like darkness and seriousness. It tackled really important themes that were, you know, very serious. And like I said, there was a lot more death than I expected in it. But ultimately, it's just a story of good people fighting for righteousness and justice. And yeah, I loved it. It was great. Well, signing off. Pygmy and I will see you next time on Camille Reads.